What are you designing if you're not spending time and effort in your mind to design what you want? If you're not consciously designing what you want, then maybe by default, you're designing what you've been conditioned to expect. And this could be shaped by past experiences, fears, limiting beliefs, or other programming from other people. So by the end of this audio, you're going to learn how to take control of your mind because you're in charge of your mind and your results. My name is Alex Morgan, and I help you align your actions, your beliefs, your dreams, and your thinking so that you can achieve success. And success is here, and you might as well be ready for it. And one of the easiest ways to be ready for it is to design what you want. Did you know that you are the hidden designer of your life? And that hidden designer is your unconscious mind. So have you ever felt like no matter how hard you try, you keep ending up in the same place? It's almost like something is steering you in a certain direction and you didn't choose it. However, all the decisions that you made before this moment, they're making you go there. You actually did choose it. I know it sounds crazy. However, the sooner that you accept that, meaning you take responsibility, it'll show you that you have the ability to respond and make new choices. So the reality is, if you're not consciously designing what you want, then your unconscious programming is designing what it's been conditioned to expect. And this is often based on past experiences, fears, external influences. So do you want to take control of what's going on? Do you want to have a better unseen blueprint? Or do you want to continue to allow things to just happen and not get predictable results? Because the more effort you put in your mind, the more predictable results that you can have. So let's think about how we can actually design things and the truth about unconscious design. Just the other week, I was working with a young professional, and they had dreams of starting a business, but they continue to stay in a job that's stable and unfulfilling for them for years. However, they do have enough money to where they can start the business. So every time this person considers doing something about it, they let self-doubt creep in. They start thinking, what if it doesn't work out? What if I can't make enough money? So even though they think they're working hard, they're putting in effort, they're hustling, they're grinding, they think they're following all the right steps. And at the same time, they feel like they're stuck. And after working with me, they started to realize that their hesitation, it's not something that's logical. It's simply a program in their mind from childhood that thought that they always needed security. And if they have lots of success, then it's going to lead to more problems. So this is what they were actually designing. And so they were not really designing what they wanted. They were designing what they didn't want. So we started to talk about unconscious design. So if you're not intentionally designing your life, then you're essentially living because of certain things that already have happened. Childhood experiences, pressures from society, past traumas, past failures, past successes too. Also, all these good things are programmed as well. Fear-based thinking, abundant-based thinking, lack-based thinking, scarcity-based thinking. So all these different things are then going into your design. So your actions may be driven by you avoiding certain things instead of you designing and creating what you want. So it's important for you to think about, if you're not actually designing what you want, then you're just leaving success up to chance. Things are going to happen, and you're going to have to accept them or not. So what do you think about now designing what you want? Because there's no excuse to not know what you want. And why do I say that? You probably have plenty of time to watch TV, to do whatever it is that you want. So why not spend some time every single day instead of doing that? Or even while you're doing that, you can write down things and experiences that you want. And you'll notice as you start to write down these things and experiences that you want, they'll start to happen. These can be big things. These can be small things. And when they happen, you can reward your mind along the way. So in order to really understand design, you need to think about what is it that you want. So if you're not sure what you want, it's okay to research things that you want to get more specific. Maybe you want a certain car. Maybe go on the car's website. Look at the colors. Look at the interior. Look at the extra things that you can add. Look at the tires. Look at the engine, the sound system. Give pixels for your mind so that not only is this car just an idea in your mind, it's almost like that screen is getting clearer and clearer in your mind, knowing that you can easily and effortlessly achieve this, all because you started to do some research. What if you want a certain person in your life and you don't have them yet? You can design this person. You can think about the things that this person has, these qualities, these attributes that this person has before you meet them. You can think about qualities and attributes that this person has when you meet them and when you first interact with them. And then you can notice the qualities and attributes this person has after you meet them. As the relationship continues, what are qualities and attributes that this person is going to have? So you can design things that you want, experiences that you want. Where do you want to go? What is it that you always wanted to do? What's the place you want to go and you haven't traveled to? You can design the people that you want. You can design the business that you want, the customers that you want, the spouse that you want, the colleagues that you want, the employees that you want if you're leading a team. So the more that you actually think about what you want, and then you can take those things that you're designing and you can put them in your mind and you could think about them. And then you notice, am I aligned with this? Or do I have a limiting belief that's cropping up? Is there a negative emotion that I feel when I'm thinking about this? Am I actually aligned with achieving that? If you notice that a belief comes up, let's say I'm not good enough, you can ask yourself what you can learn from this belief. Have the learnings be really, really positive. So you start to challenge that limiting belief. You start to flip your mind. And then you ask yourself, what do you want to feel instead? What do you want to do instead? And chances are you'll start to notice that you're aligning with that thing that you're designing, that experience that you're designing, that person you're designing. And the wonderful thing about starting to achieve the things that you design is this starts to compound. Once you start to believe things more and more, then you deserve more and more. You start to see even more in your reality. Because if you're not designing your life, chances are something else is. Your past programming, people around you, suggestions from all around you. So the question isn't whether you're creating something, because either way, you're creating something because of your unconscious mind. So the question is, are you creating what you want? Are you designing what you want? Are you spending time thinking about and focusing on what you want? What suggestions are you giving yourself? Are you thinking, I'm not good enough, I can't make enough money? Or are you giving yourself empowering suggestions that are going to create better emotions, better thoughts, better focus, better reality? So consider all of this. And if you really want another way to design, let's say you have a certain area of life where you want to achieve, you want to have better relationships. Ask yourself, if I had $1 million to spend this month on having a better relationship, what would I spend it on? Or if I had no money at all to spend on my relationship this month, what would I spend it on? This helps with the problem of lack of consideration. A lot of people, it's not limitations based on what we want to do and cannot do. It's based on what we haven't considered yet. So that's another way to also design. So definitely share this with someone who will benefit. If you haven't already, go ahead and like the audio and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate everyone who's been subscribing lately. Go ahead and comment below what's something that you want to design. Are you going to design a person, a thing, experience? And start to focus on that so you can start to see it in your reality. Gather that information with the unconscious mind, because the unconscious mind, it needs data. It needs that information so it knows what to get for you. The unconscious mind is the goal getter, so allow it to do that. Thanks so much for listening, and I hope to see you on the next video or the next audio.